This is KLIB in Davenport?
This is WQAD in Davenport.
WQAB?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're
WQAB.
welcome. Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And we just have a couple of questions. I want to get to your thoughts on President Obama's debt ceiling raise in just a moment. But first, your husband, he runs a faith-based counseling center up there in Minnesota. And there was a hidden camera video that's coming out this evening on our evening news with Diane Sawyer, in which it catches what they call reparative therapy. What is your opinion on reparative therapy, and is it something that is conducted at that center?
Well, I'm running for the presidency of the United States, and I'm here today to talk about job creation and also the fact that we do have a business that deals with job creation. We're very proud of the business that we've created, and I'm here today in Indianola, Iowa at Semtech, where unfortunately President Obama's policies have led to the destruction of 50% of all the jobs at Semtech. It's important that the policies that we embrace here in this country not kill jobs, but in fact spur job creation. That's what people all across Iowa have been interested in. That's what they care about, and that's what I'm focusing on today in Iowa.
But of course, the issue today is about this reparative therapy and what this hidden camera video caught, and their opinions are going to be aired on tonight's news, and you don't want to comment on that and give your side?
Well, I'm here to talk about my run for the presidency of the United States. As I said again, we're very proud of our business, and we're proud of all job creators in the United States. That's what people really care about, and that's what people are talking to me about all across Iowa. They're devastated by President Obama's policies and how they've led to the destruction of jobs. They want to know, is there a candidate in this race that knows how to create jobs and knows how to turn our economy around? That's something that I have a skill set for, and that's what I look forward to do. Taking that reasonable, fair-minded voice of Iowa. I was born here in Waterloo and Cedar Falls, and I'm so excited to know that this common sense sensibility that was put into me when I grew up here in Iowa, that voice I've successfully taken to the halls of Congress. Now I look forward to taking that Iowa voice to the White House, where that kind of common sense hasn't been on display for a very long time.
Well, you must be pleased then by a new poll by the Iowa Republican, which places you as the leader here in Iowa before the caucuses. However, there could be a renewing of the Republicans' focus here as your other potential people that you're going to be running against. Are you excited with the Iowa Republicans' numbers?
Oh, we're obviously very pleased. We've only just put my name into the race here in Iowa, so we're just gearing up. We just opened a campaign office up in Des Moines, and so we intend to make our case and work very, very hard. I've been here a number of times in Iowa. I'll continue to be here every day that I possibly can before the Ames straw poll. I hope a lot of people come out from the Davenport listening area to come out to the Ames straw poll. WQAB listeners are very important, and I hope, Rae Chelle, that they'll come to the Ames straw poll. I need every bit of their support in order to take that reasonable, common sense, fair-minded voice of Iowans into the White House.
So going forward then, I assume we're going to see quite a bit more of you here in Iowa.
Oh, we'll be here a lot. We're here now, and we'll continue to have a very strong presence in Iowa because Iowa has a very distinct, important role in choosing the next president. Iowa's #1 in the nation, and it's very important that that voice of Iowans gets represented so that they can choose who our next president will be. They want a president who's focused on creating jobs, turning the economy around, and I will repeal Obamacare. I will not rest until that job is done. Senior citizens more than anyone want to make sure that Obamacare is repealed because they know that President Obama took $500 billion away from Medicare to put it in Obamacare. That won't help our senior citizens. So I think people know that I say what I mean what I say. I have a spine made out of titanium, and I'm going to fight hard for the people of Iowa as President of the United States.
You said in a statement today that it's obvious that President Obama has no plan for real economic recovery that would put Americans back to work. You go on to say that he'd rather be discussing things like the NFL lockout or perhaps whether or not we are eating our peas. What do you think about the debt ceiling debate and negotiations that are going on between the President and Speaker Boehner?
Well, probably President Obama said it himself when he was running for the presidency. He said the fact that we're even debating raising the debt ceiling evidences failure of leadership. Well, now the president himself is advocating that we borrow another $2.4 trillion that we don't have and stick the bill to our children, which they can't afford, and further put our nation in hock to countries like China. We don't want to do that. That's not going to help America. We need to not do what the president wants us to double down and do. He wants to raise taxes on job creators. He wants to keep spending, and he wants to hike up the debt. I'm voting no on the debt ceiling because we can't continue these failed policies of the president. You probably hear the noises of the industry that I'm sitting in today in Indianola, Iowa. We're at Cement Tech, and President Obama's policies have led to over half of the employees losing their job in this great American company. And this is what I want to do, bring more jobs to Iowa and all across America so that America can remain the head and not the tail, because we are the indispensable nation of the world.
Well, just one more question then. If we don't increase the debt ceiling and we default on our loans, is that the alternative that you want to see? Do you think that that's where we need to go? Or how would you